Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a free game that has just dropped on Steam. Looks like a pretty interesting one. It's currently in early access, but looks to be a pretty cool multiplayer action shooter, so we'll talk about that and some great Steam PC game deals over at our good friends at Games Planet. We'll get to that in a little bit as well. But first of all, now out in early access is BlasterBeat. BlasterBeat is the award-winning PvP rhythm shooter, master shooting to a unique variety of tracks and dynamic and innovative gameplay in arenas with up to 8 players. Now, obviously, the game is still very much in early access, so it is going to evolve over the course of however long it's in early access, but looks to be a pretty stylish game with some interesting mechanics. Can you shoot well, and what about getting to the beat at the same time? You will have to not only target opponents, but also get in time with different musical beat maps, listen to tracks with friends surrounded by pulsating music arenas, kill opponents by shooting markers and improving your reaction time and track knowledge. Different weapons shoot differently with the same track markers, gun shoot notes of different durations, adjusting to the changing BPM of tracks. Enjoy audio and music arenas that allow you to use different tacks for the same tracks. Requirement-wise, not too difficult to run at all. Recommended an i5 9600K, 8 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1060. There are some details as far as the early access goes. They note we are a small team of enthusiastic developers and we want to listen closely to the opinion of the players. We plan to add more content to the game and refine the quality of what we have already crafted. Approximately how long will the game be in early access? We plan to prepare the game for a full release in a year, but we may need more time. How is the full version planned to differ? Basically, the differences will be in the quantity and quality of content, as well as in the bug fixes. We plan to add new modes, new character customization, and a track editor. In the current version, there are 14 game tracks, 6 maps, and later there will be even more of them. You can create and find sessions of other players. A training mode against bots is available as well. The game is going to be remaining free to play, and we focus on polishing the game and releasing free and paid updates. We collect analytics and listen to the opinions of our players. You can always write to us in the Discord, and we'll definitely respond. They also link their Discord, so BlasterBeat available now. Definitely one of the more unique multiplayer games I've seen in quite a while, and, marrying a music rhythm title with an action shooter. We'll see how it ultimately turns out over the course of the next year or so. BlasterBeat, again, available now on Steam. Link in the description box below. Speaking of music rhythm titles, this moves on to our deal section of the video. Hi-Fi Rush seeing a nice discount over at Green Man Gaming, 32% off for $20.39. I've talked about this game a lot, but I absolutely loved this game. Such a random release from Tango Gameworks, a studio that had mostly done horror games in the past, like Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. Out of nowhere, they drop Hi-Fi Rush, and it ends up being one of my favorite games of the year. Yes, it's a smaller scale game. That's why it was released at a budget price point of $30, but man, this gives, this gives competition to games that are even full price. Like, Hi-Fi Rush came out on the same week as Forspoken. I played and beat both of the games, and which game do you think I like better? The $70 Forspoken or the Hi-Fi Rush that was released at $30? I mean, even if they were priced similarly, I would say Hi-Fi Rush is better than Forspoken all day long. But that's just one example. Like, Hi-Fi Rush is a fantastic game. So unique in style. The music is great. It's just got so much charm and life to it. And even if you're not a fan of music rhythm games, you can just play it as an action game with a great soundtrack and a pretty quirky story as well. And yes, the game is a little bit on the shorter side. You can complete it in about 8 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. But there's also post-game content that does revitalize the game. And, there's reason to go back, play through it multiple times, and it runs great on the Steam Deck, so if you have Steam Deck, you can play it on there. Just a fantastic game. One of my favorite games of the year. Truthfully, this is probably, up there with my top 5 at this point, alongside Dead Space Remake, alongside Resident Evil 4 Remake, alongside, Hogwarts Legacy and Star Wars Jedi Survivor when those games decide to work. But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is fantastic, and I strongly recommend you to play it. Just at this price, even though it's not a sizable discount, it did just come out, 5 or so months ago. I would say it's worthwhile. Obviously available through Game Pass as well, but I can't say enough good things about Hi-Fi Rush. It's a fantastic game, and I hope they do a sequel at some point, because there's a lot of directions they can go at the conclusion of this game. Next up, we just had the conclusion of the Guardians of the Galaxy film trilogy. Why not circle back and check out the game? Because the game is freaking fantastic. And Green Man Gaming for XP members has got it 76% off for just $14.40. This is a fantastic deal for Guardians of the Galaxy, a game that I really enjoyed, and a game that I went into it without prior knowledge of who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I hadn't seen the movie when I played the game, and I loved the game. I love the cast of characters, how, Star-Lord interacts with Rocket especially. It's just a very, very charming game that does have, you know, its comedic times to it, but it's also got, you know, more of a serious tone at times. It just juggles it very well. The gameplay, I thought, was really good, and it seems like that's the area where some people had issue with. Maybe it's because you primarily just play as Star-Lord, and you just utilize the other Guardians for their various abilities, but I still think it works out pretty well. Some good platforming sections, puzzles, and the gameplay is really, really solid. Soundtrack is really good. 1440 is a good deal, and it's a lengthier, like, game. It's not gonna be something that you'll play for 30 hours, but, you know, a solid, like, 15-hour campaign from my recollection with Guardians of the Galaxy. Just a great game, so check that out. Next up, we got Skyrim Special Edition. Like, do I really gotta sell you on Skyrim? It's 79% off for $8.50, which is a fantastic price. You're gonna mod the hell out of it. You're gonna play this for years and years, and at some point, I am gonna replay Skyrim. Like, I've played through Skyrim so many times, but I just gotta, like, sit down during one of the quieter, you know, gaming release periods and just mod the hell out of Skyrim and give it another playthrough, because it's a game that I can constantly go back to, and it's legitimately one of my favorite games of all time, and I picked it up when it came out, 11/11/11. God knows how many times I've bought this game at this point. It's an obscene amount, honestly, but you know, with how many hours I've gotten out of Skyrim, it's been well worth it. And for $8.50, Skyrim Special Edition is a no-brainer and a must-have to any PC game library. You can also play that on the deck. And then lastly, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, the Deluxe Edition, is 66% off for $20.40. The game itself is just really good. I'm not a big LEGO fan. Becoming more of a Star Wars fan these days after, you know, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, etc., etc. But, you know, this game is just an enjoyable LEGO game. Like, if you're a fan of the LEGO titles, you're probably really gonna enjoy Skywalker Saga. So give it a look. At $20.40, you get some in-game items: Mandalorian Pack 1 and 2, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, Classic Characters, Solo: A Star Wars Story, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, and the Trooper Pack are all the in-game content, so you can check that out. $20.40, pretty good deal on that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, BlasterBeat, a super unique new free Steam title. Go check that out. Currently in early access, but a multiplayer-focused game with a unique style with an emphasis on music and rhythm. Hi-Fi Rush, another game with an emphasis on music and rhythm. Great game. Fantastic price at 32% off for $20.39. Can't recommend that game enough. Guardians of the Galaxy, really good there. Skyrim Special Edition, and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.